What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications. That way you guys can stay up to date with all of the DIY content and all of the BMW projects that we have on this channel. For today's video, we've got a familiar face coming over. Craig is going to stop by. If you guys don't know who he is, he's got a 2013 BMW E92 M3. It's fire orange, DCT, super nice car. We've got a couple little modifications to put on his car today, so let's get to it. Craig's here.
What up?
Typical. Of course, we start doing some stuff and the rain comes out of nowhere, so baby car has to sit outside. But today, Craig, what are we doing right now?
Well, let me get the part for you real quick.
So this is a simple mod. We're gonna get rid of this keyhole, this ugly keyhole. The only thing about this is if your battery dies, it's a lot harder for you to get into your car. So make sure that you've got good battery life before doing this. But because basically we're gonna delete this whole ugly keyhole, and it'll just be a nice color matched piece from IND Distribution. Super simple 5-minute mod, but it makes a big difference. It's all in the details. So this is gonna be an E92 coupe. It's a little bit different than an E90 in the fact that you have to locate where the little hole is back here to access the screw. So for the E92, if you lift this up, pull this out a little bit,
Little rubber grommet underneath there.
you'll access that little tiny hole. So the hole is right there, right behind that little grommet, and it's going to be either a 4mm or 5mm Allen. I'll let you know here in a minute.
Okay, so we're going to use two people here. It's easier if I hold it up, and then Adam is going to use the 4mm.
Yeah, I'd rather do it this way than taking all this stuff off. So there's a small Allen back here. This thing won't even come out all the way, if I remember. I think it just keeps spinning until it's loose. Yep, okay. So now you can let go of that.
All right, so to make this job a little bit easier, use a little trim tool here to kind of get in back behind the little.
And make sure you don't pull the light underneath it. So you're basically just pulling the cover off, but it is a little bit tight because it is a locking mechanism, so you kind of just got to pull it while wedging it out. Hands in the way.
So as you can see, it kind of, the light is down there.
And that's your locking mechanism. So we're replacing that with just a tiny little piece. This is plug and play. So if you look at this side of it, you can see that's the brass part is where the screw goes in. So the screw doesn't actually come out. If you look back in here, it should actually be sitting in there. And so now it's right here. So your screw will never fully come out. So we'll just go ahead and put the new one back on and tighten it up.
Okay, so like Adam said before, you completely lose the whole locking mechanism and everything. So just go ahead and slide it on
in. It should just compression fit into place, and then we can tighten it from the back side with the screw. Just gonna do the same thing in reverse. Craig's gonna hold this up, and then actually maybe use one hand to hold the new keyhole delete in place, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten this from this back side. Alright, doesn't need to be crazy tight, and that's it. And then you can go ahead and push this little grommet back in. Okay, there we go. And that's about it. So 3-minute install pretty much. But it makes all the difference. And obviously the light still works. And it looks sick. So today we are going to be installing new BMW Roundels on Craig's car. So if you can tell, there's just a subtle difference between these and the OEM ones. Just for reference, if you guys want to check out my current stock ones. So that's the OEM Roundel. It's got the chrome all the way around it. Very ugly. I'm not huge on the chrome, and obviously since everything else is black on the car, we are going to be swapping them out with these, which are actually custom painted. So the chrome ring on the outside is now gloss black. These are actually from Impulse Designs, so definitely go check them out if you don't know who they are. I will put their Instagram handle in the description below if you want to go check them out. So
don't mind the dirty ass car.
It is raining out here still, so that's what we got to deal with. But today I showed you guys we're swapping out the Roundels with some gloss black to get rid of this chrome here around the surround. So we're gonna start here in the trunk. What we're gonna do first is actually use some painter's tape. So we've got some of this green frog tape. We're gonna just put it around the entire roundel, and then we're gonna use hopefully a trim tool to kind of wedge in between the paint and the actual roundel itself. Because the new ones, if you look, this is basically what the old one looks like. It's got these two little prongs. There's no tape or anything. There's just these two little prongs and some little rubber gaskets that hold that into place. So go ahead and tape this up. All right, so we've got a couple different trim tools here. Mine are a little bit flimsy. I would not recommend buying these Schwaben ones because they are just really flexible. I've also got this other little flexible thing from IND and this more sturdy one, which we're probably gonna have the best luck with.
And I tape this up just to try and not damage the factory BMW one here.
So we're gonna start on this one side and hopefully it'll pop itself up.
We're gonna try this other side. It looks like it has a little bit, you know, bigger of a gap to get our tools underneath. So we'll see what happens here.
Okay, so we've got some fishing line here we're also going to utilize because
yeah,
okay,
the shit out of us.
Because apparently the trunk is a little bit different than the front. There are prongs, but there's also 3M tape basically that goes all the way around this. So we want to kind of chisel at the tape first. We're going to try to do this without heating it. Some wax remnants under here. Oh yeah,
holy fuck balls, guys.
Yeah, the front should be a lot easier, hopefully. So the back you gotta deal with prongs and tape. So I hope you guys saw that struggle.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have to. No, come on this side. Come on this side and pry it out. There you go. Holy hillbillies.
All right, so now we can clean all this tape off, and we're retaining these rubber grommets. Those stay with the trunk, so that's why the new ones don't have it. All right, little side-by-side comparison. Very subtle difference, but much cleaner. Okay, so Craig went and got all the remaining adhesive off. We used some 3M adhesive remover to get that off, and then we just put a little layer of carnauba wax on just to protect it. So once again, we are reusing those two rubber prong thingies and those little grommets, and the new one should just compression fit right on. We've got our new one here and new microfiber towel just to help push this thing on here. Line it up, give her a push. And that was it.
No, it's not.
That's not it, all the way. Okay. All right, final product on the rear. So we didn't use any adhesive on this. I don't think we need to. Looks pretty damn good. Subtle details. Alright guys, moving on to the front roundel. This should be a lot easier. So once again, there's the OEM stock one there. And Craig has the whole front end PPF'd, so and the good thing is actually his PPF goes underneath this roundel, whereas mine does not. Mine stops right around the roundel, so I have to be more careful. Whereas he can be a little bit more rough with it probably, and we'll get it off. Same general process. Craig's gonna go ahead and tape around the roundel. That way we can get our little pry tools in here without messing up the clear coat and all that. So we think it's a little bit easier to go more so on the bottom because the prong is here and the prong is here, so you don't want to go directly at the prong, but right next to it. This is already seeming easier than the back, since there's no tape to deal with.
And I'm actually gonna get some more tape and just go up above because I got a gap now, and I just want to
go above here.
Yeah, just want to
be able to go all around the whole thing.
Be able to go around. Just protect it a little bit more.
Nice. Ta-da! Alright, so Craig's cleaning off underneath the old roundel just to get everything nice and neat under there, and then we're going to go ahead and reapply the new one. Ready to apply the new one. So again, we're using the OEM grommets here. This will fit right into place. And then I'm using a towel, microfiber towel, just to help push this on. Final product. Looks nice and neat. Matches all the black.
I'd like to give a shout out to Impulse Designs for some killer badges. Great job, buddy.
Yep, so these are all custom painted. These are OEM Roundels, so looks good.
Front and back, get you some.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that just about wraps it up for today's video. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, we will see you guys on the next video. Take care, stay tuned for more. See you then.